Guys, welcome back to another episode here at fullthrottlehouston.com. We are doing a podcast here weekly now. And joining us today, we have Mr. Adnan Hanif. Mr. Hanif, what's up?
Hey guys, how are you guys doing?
Good.
My name is Adnan, part owner here at Full Throttle. And yeah.
Yeah. So, we talked about you when we had your brother in here, you being the younger brother and coming into the power sport industry. What was it like growing up, being around these supercars, motorcycles, all these great grandiose things? And now you're actually probably the hardest working person in this dealership now.
Thank you.
The younger brother coming in, and I see you really do a lot of work. You're really trying to change things here. And tell me a little bit about your journey with coming to that.
Yeah. So I started off working at a young age. My dad used to have gas stations, like my brother said. I was the only 8-year-old going to work with my dad, so summertime, winter vacations and stuff, I'm going to College Station, Tyler, Texas, going to the gas stations, bagging ice, running the cash register, going to the car wash and putting soap in the dispenser and taking out change from the laundromat machines. And so I was doing all that stuff, stocking up, coolers and all that stuff. From 8 to 12. So I started working at a young age. My dad put me at work, and he used to pay me 25 cents an hour. And, I was hustling. And then as I grew older, we started doing cell phone stores and stuff, and I started getting involved in that. And we had stores in Louisiana. And then when I was 14, my brother started selling motorcycles as a dealer. So he's always he sold motorcycles through the house all the time, but he actually opened his first store as a dealer in 2014 I was 15 years old. And that's when, everything started changing.
Right. So let's talk about that transition, right? You guys went from cell phone stores to the power sport dealership. I mean, I would have loved to have been a 15-year-old kid being like, hey, my family sells bikes, bro.
Right.
Like, come over here and hang out with us.
Right.
I mean, what was that like going through high school? I mean, did you go to a traditional high school?
I did.
Okay, so
I did.
What was all that like? I mean, because we go to school, we brag about what our family does, right? What was that like?
For me, it was a little different because I was still younger at the time, and I was still focused on like the cell phones and stuff. And I was selling shoes on the side, so I had my sneaker reselling business. And so I wasn't really focused on the bikes as much.
I see.
So he opened November of 2014, and I got involved December of 2015.
Okay.
So 1 year later, but when I started working, I started off in sales. So after school, my dad would, take me down there. I would do sales, and then I'd go home and I started riding bikes. I learned how to ride my first bike. It was an S1000.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go on the right bike.
Yeah, I learned how to ride. And then my brother bought me a Can-Am Spyder RSS 2012. I remember it was black and green. It was sick. I took it home. I took pictures of it, showed all my friends at school. And that was how it started. And ever since then, I've been addicted. I've had a number of bikes. I've had Ducati Diavolo, CBR 1000 SP, S1000. I mean, I've had a lot, so I'm a sucker for bikes now.
I mean, you're getting older now. What do you feel like your bike of choice is? Like, I mean, we got a great dealership with all kinds of bikes out here, right? What if you were like, you know what, it's time just to go for a ride for me. What bike do you usually lean towards?
Man, it used to be sport bikes up until I sold my CBR 1000 SP like 2 weeks ago. So now it's I've been looking at the 48s.
Dude, I know when you were like, man, Harleys. I didn't know if you were going to say that on the show. Yeah. So I'm actually really glad that you actually stay true to that. That's cool. Yeah. When you said that to me, I was like, what? I was like, a Harley? Okay. Yeah. And then I started picturing you, and I was like, you know what? I see that now. I see the leathers. I see the community. I was like, okay, I can see that. He's going to enjoy that bike when he gets it. So
no,
really excited.
It's so comfortable. Yeah. It's such a comfortable ride. My first choice was Moto Guzzi because we're a Moto Guzzi dealer, and I love it. But the one thing I don't like about the Moto Guzzi, it doesn't rumble like the Harley does. Yeah. Harley rumbles.
It's got that sharp note, right? Versus it being like that American muscle car.
Right. So I love the 48. I love the style of it. I love the fat tire in the front. I mean, it just looks great to me.
Man, I can't wait to see you riding around on one. So let's talk about what we're doing here at the dealership, right? We've got a lot of changes. I know in our marketing department we're doing something different, but let's talk about what we're doing in store that's different, that's actually of value to our new customers, to our current customers. What do you say, like, the number one thing we're doing different now that we weren't probably practicing or weren't in good stride of before? What do you think some of those call-outs would be? So,
as you know, we've had issues with people in the community complaining about, leasing and titles and stuff like that. I just want to make one thing clear before I dive into it. Now, leasing is good for certain customers, customers that don't have the best credit.
Out-of-country customers?
Out-of-country customers, customers that are business owners.
Correct.
So you could have good credit, and leasing would be a better deal for you because you can write off your lease.
Correct.
But for people that don't have the credit, leasing gets you on two wheels. We don't do leasing anymore. We stopped. The reason is because of the feedback we gotten.
Right.
But the main focus back then was getting people on two wheels. Nobody else can get them on there. We did. Right. So we thought we were helping the community and just backlashed.
Yeah, I think it was a mishandled situation from not only just maybe us, but also possibly on the customer, and it wasn't the best fit for their solution. But I'll tell you what, if someone were to tell me, hey man, I'll get you on a Hayabusa right now, this is all you need to do, sign here. As a rider, it's really hard to walk away from that, right? It is tough. And so I can see how that can be for our customers.
At the time, like, selling 1,500 motorcycles a year, 1,000 motorcycles a year, getting 1,000 bikers on the roads. Yeah. That's not, that's not easy. That's tough. Yeah. And we made it happen. Right. So we've been doing it for 10 years now. I mean, we're not leasing anymore, but we have over 50 banks that we deal with. Yeah. And we can get anybody on the road. All we need is some trust. That's it.
That's it, right? You guys got to start trusting us to start being different. Success and failure takes a long time to achieve either. So, again, just trust the process. We got a lot of great content for you guys. And and it's been a lot of your direction in that content. It hasn't just been myself and the man behind the screen, the camera over there, Gary, but you actually are the one saying, hey, man, let's do this. Hey, let's do that. How can we give back and do this? So I want everybody to know, regardless of him just being an owner and being a younger guy, he's providing the value that we're actually executing with you guys. So I want to make sure that, you do get that recognition. I know it's hard to hear that from some of us. We actually have like a celebrity that works here that a lot of people don't know, you know? So let's talk about that. So I know you guys have probably seen my videos that pop up that Junior's got the deal, but Junior likes to stay off camera because when he comes in, he wants people not to know who he is, right? He wants to be able to provide the best deal that you could possibly get without it being like expected.
But when he comes in, he's going to come in with a bang.
Man, and you know what? I've seen him turn deals over like, hey, we can't get you done. And then all of a sudden he makes a phone call and he has to go out to tell the salesman, hey, bro, we got him done. Go tell him right now to go relax. Because, man, it's nerve-wracking to be in a dealership waiting on finance, waiting for that guy over there that you think can give you the yes or the no, and it's really not in their power. Yeah. That can be a struggle, and I see frustration because I do it too. I'm like, hey, man, did you give up my credit? Was it credit? Is it good enough this time? This time conversation I think is good.
Yeah, there was a deal that happened earlier last week, and a customer went to 4 different dealers here in Houston, declined everywhere. And we got it done. It was a 2022 S1000 RR. We sold it for $19,000.
Like all carbon fiber.
That bike was beautiful. The competition has it at $24,000, $23,000. Another one had it at $27,000. Yeah. And we sold it for $19,000, got the customer approved, and he walked out of here with a smile on his face.
Yeah, he was very. I remember seeing the end of that deal. Yeah. But guys, here at FullThrottleHouston.com, we're always trying to make a unique experience. Everybody tries to make it to be the most best one possible. Sometimes we're busy, sometimes we're not. Sometimes the mechanic's on vacation, sometimes he isn't. Things happen at a dealership, guys, and with your guys' understanding and patience of that, we'll continue to put our best foot forward, right? So let me ask you this. Being such a young guy, being an owner, having all this responsibility, what would you tell other young owners? Yeah. What are some of the struggles that you have faced, that you've overcome, that you would love to help other young, business owners out? Like, what would be that feedback?
The biggest thing that younger business owners face is not everybody takes you seriously. Right, they see you as a younger kid. They don't want to listen to you. They don't take your advice. They don't take what you have to say seriously. Right. So you have to prove it to them. Right. Yeah. You have to show them that you can do it. Especially when your employees are older than you. Yeah. You have to prove yourself. So everything that I tell them, I do it first. You know, if there's something that needs to be done in the service department, I show them first, then I tell them how to do it, and then they do it, right? Same thing with sales guys, getting them to call their leads and stuff. If I have to call 50 leads in front of them for them to start calling, I do that. You know,
and I've seen you do that.
Yeah,
I've seen you pull them in and say, hey, we're going to work on these a couple together. You could just kind of see the process.
Right.
I mean, I think that's awesome.
Right. And then, you know, and then when it goes further than that, right, not just employees, but dealing with bankers, because I deal with a lot of bankers, you know, dealing with bankers and talking to them and actually proving to them that I know what I'm talking about, you know, because it's a little different with bankers. You know, they're dealing with 60, 70, 50-year-old men, 40-year-old men that, you know, have been doing this forever. And then there's a 25-year-old kid who comes in, you know, doing almost the same thing as everybody else. They don't take it well. So then, you know, that's where the knowledge comes in, which I'm very thankful for my brother and my dad. I mean, without them, I would not have done any of this. You know, I wouldn't know a single thing that I know now. So I've learned a lot from them. My dad's my hero. My brother's my second hero.
I love it. I freaking love it.
They taught me everything I know from every industry that we've been in, and they help me with anything I need help with. So a big shout out to them.
Yeah. So you have passing that on, right? You're single, no kids. Okay, eligible bachelor, everybody eligible bachelor. Okay, so but you have some kids in the house. You have Sonny's kids in the house. I know that when I was growing up, my uncle was probably my biggest hero, right? Because you're like, they say your dad can only teach you some things, and that's why they say it takes a tribe, or, you know, a tribe to raise somebody, right? So in your guys' tribe, what's your influence that you have on your two young boys in your house? I mean, I've seen you with them, and it's just an amazing thing to see.
I treat them like they're my own kids. So, you know, I'll take them on Sundays and we'll go get some food and I'll spoil them a little bit. You know, they love cookie cakes. I'll take them cookie cakes all the time. I love it. But I would say that I'm their third dad. So, you know, my dad treats them like their dad. My brother, obviously, and then whenever they need something or whenever, you know, there's an issue, I step in. You know, and especially Mikhail. Mikhail acts just like me. He's the older one. He exact copy of me. You know, like he'll talk like me. He'll walk like me. He loves cars. You know, he loves bikes. So he's always around, and the little one, man, he's a daredevil. You know, he's the wild one. He goes after my brother. But yeah, I mean, I love them to death, and you know, I'd do anything for those kids.
Yeah, I know that when I first, you know, when we first had the conversations about how we're really going to push this marketing thing and what we're doing, your brother made a comment. He's like, "Look, Bryce, I'm trying to do this for my kids. I'm trying to do this so they don't ever have to work hard. What they have to do is work hard to maintain, not work hard to get what we've had, not work hard to get where we are, but to work hard and maintain, because every single one of you guys, I mean, you're not just an owner at a motorcycle dealership. You have like 5 different other businesses. You guys have so much going on. So when we have these conversations, one, thank you for, you know, spending the time with me, but two, I understand, you know, I get to see it from a different level, and I'm like, I sit back and I'm like, I try to have that 1,000 foot view, and I just sit back and I'm like, man, you know, there's a lot going on there. You know, I'm blessed that you guys let me bring my kids to work. You know, my children, you guys have seen them for the past 5 years. They've been going to dealerships, doing content, doing the whole time, right? So, guys, for some reason, Powersports is like a family business, and a lot of other businesses here in Houston, Texas, other Powersports dealerships are all family owned, and I love that. It's not just like a huge company coming in and just buying out and doing this and that. And to those companies that do exist like that, there's a time and place for everything, but I think we do a really good job here at maintaining that, from sales to service to even the guys that are our custodians here. They all feel like they're family here. You know, we all take care of each other. We all let each other borrow each other's cars. I thought the other day I saw that and I was like, whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, no, my dad's big on that. I was like, no. But, you know, like, we were going to take the corporate approach a few years ago. I don't know if you remember, but, you know, expanding into another location in Dallas, we're going to take the corporate approach. But we realized that people work well with the family-owned business, you know, and it's better to keep it tight-knit and, you know, make sure everybody's happy. Make sure everybody knows me on a first name basis. You know, I'm dealing with everybody on a first name basis, and I'm not really client facing because I have Junior. You know, who's client facing. You know? but you know, I think that the family owned business helps. You know, especially with customers when they don't feel like they're, you know, just a number. You know, they actually matter.
Right. Right. So again, guys, here at fullthrottlehouston.com, we want to thank everybody for joining us today for this is our third episode here at Full Throttle, man. I'm really excited to see where we're going with this. If you guys want to sponsor, be a part of what we got going on, give me a ring, give me a shout, hit us up in the comments, send us a DM, and we'll get you guys participating in what we're doing.
One last thing before we end this. We do plan on doing some events,
yes.
right? So would you want to hit on some things that we're going to be doing?
Sure, yeah. So, guys, we're going to be doing at the end of every month, the last Saturday, we're going to get this kicked off starting next month. We're actually going to be providing a customer appreciation day, but not only that, give everybody the opportunity that wasn't able to make a deal happen. Right? So not only are we just throwing a party, but we're also throwing a party in celebration of you guys and getting the best deal here at Full Throttle. Remember, we sell motorcycles, side-by-sides, trikes, three-wheelers, slingshots, anything you name it, it's got a VIN number, we can sell it. So if you guys got something you want to trade in, car, truck, boat, whatever, bring it on by, give us a call. Junior's running with the deals, man, and he'll give you a great trade-in offer. So again, here at fullthrottlehouston.com, we want to invite you guys to check us out on our website and also reach out to us here on social media in order to get to the next point. So.
Speaking of trade-in offers, Junior gives the top offer.
Does he?
He gives the top offer.
Okay.
Like, I'll hit a number and he will go 1,000 above it. He loves to.
Right.
So trust me, come in, ask for Junior. He'll take care of you.
Yeah. All right, guys. That ends our episode here, fullthrottlehouston.com. And again, stay tuned and follow us for more content.